Mom, you always taking care of everybody. Let me take care of you, okay?
First, I thought I might go upside her head. You know what I mean? All this time, I thought that Charles was building a shed for you. He was patching up your damn dry-ass walls. You are dead to me. Now get the hell out of my house.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the recap. Now, today we're going to be talking about BMF, and we're going to be focusing on Mabel, Charles, and Lucille, y'all. Good googly moogly. Once again, let's get into it. Okay, y'all, so listen, first and foremost, I am okay with anyone having an opinion, giving their opinion, because I give my opinion each and every week about these TV shows and what I feel and what I think. It is what it is. Let's just be real and let's not speculate. It is what it is. People are adults. People are grown. People go through things. Everybody is not always in the mood to sleep with somebody, especially when they are going through something, that is financial, that is mentally exhausting as well. And let me also just point this out since we're talking about it. There was not only a time when Lucille denied Charles sex, but there was also a time when Charles denied Lucille sex. Let's just go back to that episode where Lucille has that nice little black nightgown on and she has those come get me eyes and she's ready for her husband to just come and take and do with her as he pleases. But your boy Charles is in his feelings at the time. He's mad about that whole credit card that she put into Nicole's name and he's just not in the mood. He doesn't want to sleep with Lucille at that moment. And let me be clear, she was definitely trying to give him some, but he turned her down in that moment and decided to continue to go off about the situation at hand. You know, sort of how Lucille was tired that night when he asked her for some and she was like, I have to go to work in 2 hours. Not only that, she also takes care of their home. You know, she cooks and cleans and does all of these other things as well. So just because she didn't want to sleep with him in that moment doesn't mean that Lucille was denying him sex all around. Doesn't mean that Lucille was not sleeping with him ever. Just means that they were going through something, as all married couples do. So let's just keep it real. Wrong is wrong, right is right. We literally have to remember that these two have been married for years, meaning that they have been going through things for years. So of course there are going to be times when they are not in sync as far as the bedroom is concerned. Of course there are going to be times when there are things, extenuating circumstances that are weighing down on people and won't allow them to be jumping on top of each other all the time. They are not in a honeymoon phase anymore. They are way past that. They are in the phase of they got bills and they got all sorts of other stuff. They almost lost their doggone house. They got 2 of their kids out here that are trying to sell drugs. They got 1 daughter that is still in the home that is a teenager who needs things, and these 2 are freaking going through something. So if you cannot understand that Lucille had some shit on her mind, then I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. Like, real talk, if you believe that Charles is truly right for cheating on Lucille, then more power to you, because your girl is not going to keep trying to argue that fact that Charles is just dead wrong. And I don't know how many times I have to say this, that I am not saying that Lucille is without fault as far as her not communicating, because it is certainly not her fault that her husband cheated on her, okay? She didn't cheat on her husband cheated on her. And last but not least, if you're going to say, oh, but she didn't respect him, she told him that he has to earn respect. Well, people do have to earn respect when it's all said and done. You have a man that is going over to the neighbor's house to build a doggone shed, to fix a doggone light, to fix all the things in her house, yet he is not fixing anything in his own home. So yes, Charles does need to earn respect. Did Lucille need to say it the way that she said it? Well, maybe not. But at the end of the day, when people are upset, they say things maybe not how they should say it, but they say it how they're feeling at the time. You know, the same way Charles told her exactly how he felt that day when she tried to give him some, you know, the day when he was mad about that whole Nicole's card thing and how he called her Saint Lucille and a bunch of other things. I don't even have to go through it again, but you know exactly the scene that I'm talking about. So the same way that he talked to his wife in a disrespectful way, of course, but sometimes people have arguments, and I am all about communication and talking in a calm manner and trying to make sure that each person understands each person's side. But we all know that when people get in arguments, sometimes that is not the way it comes out, and it is what it is. So once again, they have a communication problem, but Charles took it to the next level when he decided that he was going to go and sleep with the neighbor. Now, let's be real. Charles is not stupid. Charles saw that Mabel was coming on to him each and every time. So every time that he took his behind over there and was fixing something for Mabel, that he was over there dancing with Mabel, that he was over there all in her face, kikiing and kakakaan and all of this other stuff, Charles was disrespecting his wife So anyway, y'all, I am so sorry. I done went all the way off and I'm at the 4-minute mark and here we are. I haven't even told y'all what was going down in this episode. So let me backtrack for a second, y'all. So on this particular episode, we're going to find that these two are still going through it. You know, Lucille has found out about Charles' infidelity. She found that easy rest receipt. And your girl Lucille is going to turn to some counsel from the good Pastor Swift. Now, we all know that Lucille was lightweight trying to make Charles jealous, and that gold outfit that she had on was so cute, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I wasn't even mad at Lucille about this whole situation. Now, when Pastor Swift shows up, you know, Charles is over there looking all crazy, but really, what more can he say? When his wife tells him that she's grown, I'm like, yeah, she is grown. I mean, she didn't say anything to you when you was out running around, didn't even ask where you were at, just trusted that you were supposed to be doing what you was doing. But you know, anyway, we not even finna pick that back up, but y'all already know. So anyway, y'all, she goes out to dinner with Pastor Swift in a platonic way, of course, and she's asking him for counsel. Now, I don't know why Lucille keep asking him for counsel, because he is just not the person to be counseling anybody. He done been married so many times, and I'm just like, at this point, he probably should know what not to do, but there's a reason why Pastor Swift isn't married. So I understand that you turn to your pastor in your time of need and all that good stuff, but Pastor Swift just ain't it, Lucille. But anyway, y'all, so Pastor Swift ends up trying to make a move on Lucille, which we probably knew was going to happen, and she quickly puts him back in his place. And then Pastor Swift pulls the move of all moves and is like, you know what, we gonna split this check down the middle. So anyway, y'all, Pastor Swift is a jerk for that one. Pastor Swift is a clown. I ain't even gonna lie. That was just messed up. So you don't get what you want from this woman, so now she gotta pay half the bill. But I ain't even mad at that. It is what it is. So anyway, y'all, we are gonna see that not only are Lucille and Charles being affected by his infidelity, but we are going to see that this is also affecting Nikki. You know, Nikki is their daughter, and she is someone who has been through a lot. And even though she's just a child, it feels like she has to deal with a lot of grown-up situations, because she's always hearing everything that is going on in this household from her brothers being drug dealers, you know, and now this situation with her parents. Now, Nikki is going to say to her mom, she's going to fix her some food and ask her to eat and tell her, like, look, let me take care of you because you're always taking care of everybody else. Now, this isn't the first time that we have heard the words that Lucille is always trying to take care of everybody else and always trying to be there for everybody else, because in that same scene that I was talking about earlier, when she has the black nightgown on, she tries to be vulnerable with her husband. She tries to tell him how she's feeling, and she makes the comment that she is trying to be everything for everybody. And this has to be a weighing situation to feel like you need to be all these different things. But as women, I feel like we're always trying to wear all of these different hats. And we all know that in that moment, Charles wasn't receptive to what his wife was trying to tell him. He didn't want to hear what she was saying, because he was angry about the credit card. He was angry about that entire situation. So, you know, it is what it is. Now, we are going to see where Mabel is going to come over and she's going to try to return the skillet. Now, when Mabel returns the skillet, Lucille wants to talk, because she needs to talk to somebody, because the only person that she has there is Nikki, and she can't talk to Nikki about all of the stuff that's going on, even though we all know that Nikki is over here ear hustling and listening to everything. She knows everything that's going on. But Lucille tells her about how Charles cheated, and Mabel is sitting there looking crazy because she knows that she's the cause of her friend's hurt at this moment. Not only her, but Charles also is the cause of it. I'm just saying that she contributed to this hurt that she is feeling. And she goes into her purse to give her some tissue, and when she does, she pulls out the matches from the Easy Rest Motel. Now, we all knew this when we saw that episode when she was smoking and she had those matches, that she was gonna take those matches home with her, y'all. And when she pulls them out and Lucille sees them, she realizes right then that Mabel is who Charles was sleeping with, and this hurts her even more because it was her friend. It was someone that she trusted. It was someone that she cared about. It was someone that she thought that Charles was over there fixing the shed. I'm just saying, y'all. That's too much for me. But anyway, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I really thought that Lucille was about to go ahead and go upside Mabel's head. Like I said, I'm okay with Lucille laying down her religion to go ahead and put a beat down on Mabel, because I mean, it is what it is. I just want her to also give Charles that same beat down, because I am never an advocate of go after the woman. I am an advocate of go after the man, especially in her situation. But in this situation, Mabel is actually coming up into her house, borrowing her skillet, her good skillet at that cast iron skillet. And then on the side, instead of borrowing some sugar or some butter, she up here borrowing Charles, you know what I'm saying? Borrowing his thing. I'm just saying, Mabel deserves an ass whooping, y'all. But Lucille didn't give it to her. But the way that Lucille came at her, the way that Lucille called her a bitch, the way that Lucille let them curse words drop, I was here for it. I mean, I guess this was the best Lucille could do, and it is what it is. So I'll take it, y'all. So anyway, y'all, I guess since she didn't go upside Mabel's head, she decided to go ahead and take it out on Charles's guitar. And let's just say that she broke that little piece off of it. I don't know what piece you call it, but the way she was holding that up when Charles came downstairs and Nikki is trying to calm her down, and Charles tells her, but I don't love her, I love you. Of course, why is that the word that everybody says? Like, but your girl Lucille is on some what's love got to do with this stuff, and it is what it is. Now Nikki is going to tell him, like, look, Dad, just go ahead and leave, you've done enough. Now I know that some people would say that Nikki shouldn't have said this, and that she was out of line for this, and that she should have stayed in a child's place. Now I'm all for children staying in a child's place, but at this time I feel like Nikki gave him some really good advice, because he was only going to escalate the situation even more. And you have to realize that not only did he hurt his wife, but he also hurt his child. He hurt his daughter. You see, when people cheat, they not only destroy the bond between a husband and wife, but this can also affect a daughter like Nikki as well. We heard Nikki say in an earlier scene, she asked him, why stay in a situation if you're not happy? She also tells him that she's never getting married or having kids because men suck. He's already shaped and framed her young mind as to what a man will do eventually. So anyway, I just don't feel like Charles getting his little thing wet was worth what would happen eventually. His daughter looking at him the way that she did and destroying that connection and that bond. And last but not least, even Meech didn't want to see his mom hurt, which is the reason why he didn't say anything. His concern was not that his father was cheating, but that his mom didn't deserve to have any more hurt or pain, because he felt like he had already put so much pain and hurt on her. And that's the reason why he didn't tell it. Not that he was happy that his father was doing this, but that he just didn't want to see his mom hurt. And I can't even really be mad at Meech for that, because the place that he was coming from was a place of, I want to protect my mom instead of hurting her. But we all know that what's hidden in the dark will eventually come to the light, and that's exactly what happened in this situation. So his mom ended up hurt anyway, but I'm still okay with Meech not being the one to say anything. I think that it needed to naturally happen the way that it did. Charles got caught up on his own. He told on his damn self, you know, and it is what it is. So anyway, y'all, this video went way longer than what it was supposed to, and I apologize for that. Let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. Go ahead and get the conversation started down below. Meanwhile, guys, if you like this video, make sure to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to your girl channel. Turn on your notifications so that you do not miss out on any future BMF videos. Now, meanwhile, YouTube tells me that you just might like this video next. Go ahead and check it out. Until next time, guys, peace.